I'm Dr. Carolyn Otto. I teach Math 109, and this is Algebra for Calculus.
So the important part I said yesterday is that our graph can cross a horizontal or a slant asymptote. It can never cross a vertical, but it can sometimes cross a horizontal or slant. So we need to check, where does it intersect?
So it's really a class about doing the basics you'll need for calculus or the basics you'll need for majors like business and other things like that over in Schneider. So what we do is we learn how to manipulate algebraic equations. So, when our equations equal to each other, solve for x. We learn how to graph equations. We learn how to apply all our techniques to math modeling problems. Maximizing a cost function, things like that. So we learn all the tools, incorporated those, and see how we can apply them to different areas.
So suppose I wanted to model how bacteria is growing in like a petri dish or soil or something like that. Okay. Let's say I can determine the population by this function, by this rational function. The population is 6t plus 12 over 2t plus 1, where it's given in thousands, and t is in hours.
So we've been talking about modeling functions recently. We're going to be talking about modeling functions after the weekend as well. We really focused on how do we graph these functions and then what can we tell from the graph. So long-term models are really when we look at these graphs. So what can we tell just looking at the equation and then graphing it, what information we can get from that. So I was talking about different techniques to graph them if we don't have a calculator. And when you do have your calculator, when you see something, what does it mean?
I know my population is definitely decreasing, right? I started with 12,000. In the end, I'm going to get somewhere around 3,000.
After Math 109, I think the big picture, well, I hope my students are just more comfortable with math. I get a lot of math phobics in that class. Just when you see math, being able to logically think, how would I approach something, is the big takeaway. Coming away from 109, I want them to have all the tools they're going to need, in their business classes, the math behind all those. If they need to go to calculus, I want them to be solidly prepared, going through it and being able to talk to each other about math, how to communicate it. So.